Marcus, how are we doing today? Do you know where you are? Marcus, do you know where you are?
Creating delusions to protect the mind from trauma is the biggest message in this piece. So this man has created this alternate reality of him being an astronaut in space. Um, and the drone shots are beautiful in this piece. It does make him appear to be on this planet alone, the way it was shot. So this box of memories that she brings out in an effort to jog his memory is the source of his trauma that's causing him to create a delusion. And it was a very subtle, sound design where we heard what sound like civil unrest in the background, and you're seeing, the images and the things that he's written down in pictures, and it's all related to how the world treats someone like him being an African American. So the message is subtle, but it's very clear. Being Black can be traumatic. So when we hear the sound design of the social unrest in the background, it makes us feel like we're all tuning it out or trying to forget. Is what it gave me the sense that the memories are coming up, and it's almost easier to forget them, and he finds peace in forgetting them.
Really interesting concept, diving into repression and the narratives that we tell ourselves when reality is a little too heavy to bear. Gorgeous landscape shots right from the top, both just encompassing the natural environment, but also creating that outer worldly quality. Excellent cinematography to bring us into the reality of his dream state. Loved the performances. They were so grounded and deeply immersed in the intensity of the situation, both very convincing in what was the true reality that made it more impactful when we got that reveal.
It had a good sense of sort of scale and scope, even though it had very limited settings. I thought that it was able to do this mainly through really nice set designs. The opening sequence, the drone shots were really great, and I just thought that it had a good sense of costume design, and in particular, the set design within the hospital space. I thought really worked well. The colors, and the lighting. I thought that it had a really good sense of editing that matched the performances of the actors. I thought the female actress in particular was quite talented, very expressive both through her dialogue and through her mannerisms. And I thought that the performance between those two leads gave away to the story, given that the plot obviously didn't have that amount of room to play out at full scale. But I still thought that they had a good sense of rhythm and timing and the pacing, and a good sort of stylistic approach that gave the piece a sense of cohesiveness.
I really liked, the ambiguity of it and the strangeness of it. And in spirit, it reminded me a bit of the original pilot of the Twilight Zone. There's an astronaut who's in suspended animation, and he's walking around, and all the buildings are empty. And he wakes up, and everybody's around him. Yeah. Anyways, it's not the same story. It's not a ripoff. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, in spirit, it reminds me of that, and that's a huge compliment because you're being compared to some of the greatest sci-fi of all time when I say that. So there you go. But yeah, no, it was really cool. Like I said, the ambiguity, like at the end, like where is he really? Lady makes a convincing case that that's reality, but then she's gone, and then he's just that last shot is cool. That drone shot of him relaxing on that, by the seaside there on top of that rock. Very cool shot. He's wearing a spacesuit. Very cool. Yeah, so the two actors did a great job. They were very real, very convincing. Great job.
The director of photography really knew how to light a situation, and the camera angles that they used. They knew when to go into close-ups and when to give us a much more broader view. It was great. That really helped, I think, tell the story. And the story was really, really cool. I loved how it came to completion and it had a twist in it. I thought that was awesome. Your actors were amazing. Everybody did such a good job. They were believable. They were all in the moment. They were all very genuine. I loved the effects that they did on the voices at certain areas to let you know when he was kind of going into a reverie. And also the voiceover in the beginning. There was a really cool effect on that as well.
The woman was beautifully cast in her role. I mean, they both were, but she really stood out. I don't know why. She just seemed made for that role. There was just something about her in that role. It was just so good. And he was really cast well too, actually. They really worked well together. Beautiful opening shot, and just the opening and the ending I really liked a lot. The end shot pulling up from him was just so great. The costumes were really great. The writing was really well done. Nice two-shot at the window and showing their profiles too. I really like that. A lot of like great camera work in this, and just really well done as far as playing this concept out.
This was melancholy. It's quite sad. I loved how this film began, where this man's on a planet, a different planet, 2 moons, everything. It was a gorgeous world. I don't know where it was shot, but it was absolutely beautiful. And then to find out it's just a delusion, this is a very unique way of looking at a delusional disorder, going into mental illness. It's not a way that's been done before, I don't think, going into a sci-fi world to show it, and how some people would choose to remain in this delusion, what the doctor keep telling you. This film kind of gives you a sense that you don't know what's fake and what's real, which I think would, again, capture the delusional feel.